passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. They asked me for a statue of the general who died, a sword raised in his iron fist, and a war horse sat astride. And though I knew they'd bribe me for what I did decide, I stuck a hammer in his fist and an anvil by his side, and it's sparks a flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. Now all you merry blacksmiths, a warning take by me. Stick to your country horseshoes and your anchor for the sea. When the gods of war come calling, promising you gold, they'll take your hammer, take your anvil, take your very soul. And it's sparks a flying, hammer strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song, and it's sparks a flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. You again. To what do I owe the pleasure of working with one of the king's knights? Another sword, I presume? Maybe a shield this time? Or would it be something else to waste my time and resources? Oh, please. I've heard that a million times. The defense of the kingdom's far more important than any common man's interest. Whatever. Oh, did I offend you? I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you over that sound of the tyrannical leader you work for. Can it, Pompous the Brave? You'd be a little bitter, too, if everything you'd ever worked for was suddenly taken away from you and you were forced to make weapons for a war you didn't agree with. Speaking of which, are you just going to waste my time here, or are you going to, request a job of me? Just repairs? Oh, no, I can handle it. Rest assured. For a price. Oh, no. You're not getting away with that. It's for the kingdom bullshit. You have so much money. I'm absolutely positive you can afford the fee. Every person that comes in wanting to buy a weapon, a shield, or some other sort of commodity from me can. So you're going to as well. I was never contractually obligated to not charge knights for their own personal weaponry. All I had to do was provide your beautiful little king up there with all the shit he ever wanted. Just give me your damn sword. What in the name of sanity have you been doing with this? No. I remember every weapon, every item I have ever made. I remember every customer that walks into this forge. You came in 6 months ago and commissioned this sword from me. I poured days of work into this, and you bring it back in such short amount of time. And it looks like it's 100 years old and has never been cared for by a single person who's ever touched it. I am a little upset, just a bit, because the amount of time I put into this, the amount of resources, the quality of resources I put into this, means that this should last through generations of your descendants. Yet you've brought it to me, looking like you've been using it to split boulders for the last 6 months. Have you ever, once, polished it, oiled it, taken care of the... Have you done anything? To be fair, I already knew the answer was no, because a blade does not get into this condition without being severely neglected. I mean, look at this. The pommel is half broken off. There's a crack right where the guard ends and the blade starts. The handle itself, there's a crack running straight down the middle. This is the strongest wood in the country.
How did you manage to split it? The tip's gone. There's several chips out of both edges of the blade. The rest of it is duller than a spreading knife. I feel like the horseshoes I make could cut better than this thing could. Lord above, what the hell did you do? No, it really is that bad. Do you have any idea what could have happened if you swung this at somebody wearing armor? In this condition? Well, first, you'd be lucky if you did anything other than stun them a little bit. It's a piece of metal, it weighs a little bit. Second, you see this crack by the hilt that I showed you, right? A single hit against anything even remotely dense, like armor, the ground, rocks, which I'm fairly confident you've been hitting with this thing, would carry the possibility of your entire blade shattering into about 600 pieces. Now, why is that bad? Well, I think you know the reason, but let me spell it out for you. A knight without their sword is fucking useless. I know, quite a concept. However, the bigger worry for me would be that if you don't have your sword and you're on the battlefield, you could fucking die. Well, of course I care about my customers. You're kind of what keep me in business. Regardless, if I knew that a sword that I made was the reason that the wielder died, I don't know how I would live with myself. It's going to take me a couple days to reforge this. You may end up having to get a new blade. This is the worst restoration job I have ever attempted. And I will not make any promises. You may end up having to pay the full fee for a new blade. But I'll do the best I can. I'll make sure you're outfitted as well as possible. And I'll get you back to that stupid war that our king refuses to give up on. Are you sure that's everything? Do I even want to see what your shield or that knife on your belt looks like? Wait. You're telling me that you carry this, a one-handed short sword, into battle, but you also don't carry a shield? I'm sorry, I'm at a bit of a loss because it's a one-handed sword. What do you do with the other one? Stick it in your pocket? Why would you not carry a shield? You never needed one. Okay. Included in your repair fee is going to be a basic wooden bound shield. That's all I'm going to give you. It won't be anything fancy, no crest, nothing on it. But you better fucking use it. Do I make myself clear? If you show up to my forge again, and there isn't a mark on that shield, I am going to tear you apart. Am I understood? Thank you. How about the dagger? You really carry this? This isn't even a hunting knife. This is a thing that children play with when they're learning how to wield a sword. Dear God. It's... fine. You'll get a dagger too. A real dagger and sheath. Not this piece of junk you call a knife. Now get out of here before I accidentally give you more crap for free. Yes. Leave. I work better alone anyways.